Good morning. This week we'll be discussing public opinion and how it matters in our government. You should all have experience with this as well. You've seen countless polls, from best dressed at an award show to who's most likely to win an election, to beliefs about aliens. We are constantly subject to public opinion polls, and we don't even notice it most of the time. But how does public opinion affect government? Public opinion is generally defined as how a nation's population collectively views policy issues and evaluates political leaders. So one common public opinion question you see is presidential approval. How does the public feel that the president is doing on any given day and dealing with any given issue? Since we have a government of the people, what the people think about issues matters and should affect the way the government deals with issues. This is easy when the public agrees on something. Like, we don't inflict the death penalty by beheading. People generally agree on that. But what about issues like abortion where the population is split in half? How does the government respond then? Well, it becomes much more difficult. No matter what you do, half the people will be upset. If we think that public opinion should influence government, we have to make several assumptions. First, we have to believe that people know what they want, and that people's opinion is consistent. They won't change it if we ask them multiple times. The second assumption we have to make is that people should be able to communicate what they want to government officials. So somehow government officials need to be able to look at the same data that we do and see what it is that people want and what they don't want. The third assumption is that the government should pay attention to the public's desires and respond accordingly. And I mentioned the difficulty with this a few seconds ago. What happens if the public is divided? How does the government respond accordingly if people can't agree on what they want? If you agree that these three assumptions are met, then allowing public opinion to influence government is a good thing. It's a way to tell government what we want. If you don't agree with these three assumptions, however, then allowing public opinion to influence the government is a bad thing. As you read through the material for this week, decide if you think public opinion is reliable enough to use it to influence the government, and if it's not reliable, what should we use instead? What's a better alternative? Have a great week and email me with any questions.